For the longest time, a career in tech has felt like the ultimate golden ticket, right? High salaries, cool innovation, just a fast track to success. But with all the recent layoffs and the crazy rise of AI, a lot of us are starting to wonder, has that ticket lost its shine? So what does the data actually say? Let's get into it.
All right, so let's just cut to the chase, shall we? Is a career in tech still that guaranteed path it used to be? Well, the answer is it's a bit complicated. See, the opportunities are honestly bigger than ever before, but so are the challenges. This isn't about the hype or the scary headlines. It's about understanding the new rules of the game. Okay, so on one side of the coin, the money? Yeah, it's absolutely still there. According to Skillsoft's latest IT skills and salary report, the average salary jumped by over $18,000 in just 1 year. I mean, that is a massive increase and a huge green flag for anyone looking at this field. But salary? Well, that's only half the story.
But then you see a number like this, and it kind of stops you in your tracks. A whopping 2/3 of IT leaders are saying their teams have major skills gaps. Think about that. They have the budget, they have the projects, but they just can't find people with the right know-how. This is the big paradox in tech today. Huge demand, but a serious shortage of the right kind of skills. And this brings us right to what you could call the modern skills dilemma. The jobs are there, the money's definitely there, but it feels like the bridge between the people looking for jobs and what the industry actually needs, it's broken. So where exactly are these gaps?
And this chart, wow, it shows us this isn't just any old skills gap, it's a highly specialized one. Look at this. AI and machine learning are tied with cybersecurity for the toughest roles to fill. And right behind them, cloud computing. These aren't just buzzwords anymore. They are the absolute pillars of our digital world, and companies are just desperate for people who know how to work with them.
So you gotta ask, right? Why is this happening? Well, this quote from the report, it really just nails it. The problem isn't that people aren't learning. It's that technology is moving at such a breakneck speed that our old ways of training and education just can't keep up. It's like the finish line is constantly moving further away.
Okay, so if the old playbook is out the window, what do? How do you actually forge a new path for yourself? Well, you've got to be strategic. You have to build a skill set that the market is practically begging for right now. So, what does that actually look like? Let's take a look at a really specific high-demand role.
Let's talk about something like data engineering. And look, this is way more than just a job title. As ALX puts it, it's the actual backbone of the digital world. Think about it. Data engineers are the ones building the highways that let data scientists and AI models do their jobs. It is a completely foundational role for the future, and demand is through the roof.
So the big question is, how do you even become one? Well, a modern program, something like this one from ALX, it lays out a roadmap. And notice something really interesting here. It doesn't just throw you into the deep end with complex code. It starts with foundations, then it moves to analytics, then core programming, and only then do you get to the deep specialization. It's a structured climb, not a random jump.
And check this out. This is what I'm talking about. The specialization part isn't just a bunch of theory. It's a series of focused deep dives into the exact technologies that companies are using every single day. We're talking about stuff like Docker, which lets you package up your apps to run anywhere, Airflow for automating all those complicated data workflows, and Spark, which is for crunching massive data sets super fast. This is how you build a resume that people actually notice.
And this is so important. A lot of people miss this. The whole journey starts with what some people call soft skills. Honestly, I think power skills is a better name for them. The ability to think critically, to communicate clearly, to manage complex projects. These aren't just nice-to-haves anymore. In a world with AI, they are core requirements.
And look, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some feel-good idea. The data absolutely backs this up. The Skillsoft report says it loud and clear. IT leaders think these power skills are more valuable than certifications, more valuable than a portfolio, and even more valuable than a college degree. And why is that? Well, because AI can help you write code, but it can't come up with a strategy, it can't persuade a team, and it can't innovate. Your ability to work with people is just as crucial as your ability to work with code.
All right, so let's say you do it. You build this awesome mix of tech chops and power skills. What's the payoff? Let's connect the dots between all this training, the certifications, and what really matters, what ends up in your bank account.
First things first, let's be crystal clear about this. Certifications, they are not optional anymore. They are the new industry standard. I mean, just look at these numbers. Almost 9 out of 10 IT professionals have at least one certification.
It's really the baseline expectation now to prove that your skills are current and that they're validated. And the reward for getting the right certs, it's just huge. I mean, just look at these salaries. The top-paying certifications are all in those super high-demand areas we were just talking about, cloud and security. And hey, notice what's third on that worldwide list? The Google Cloud Professional Data Engineer certification. We're talking an average salary of almost $150,000. The investment in that certification pays for itself, and it pays for itself fast.
Now try to put yourself in a manager's shoes for a second. Why are they willing to shell out this kind of money? It's simple, because certified professionals deliver real, measurable value. Nearly 1 in 5 managers estimate that a single certified employee brings in over $30,000 in value to their company every single year. That's through things like being more productive and more efficient. It's a no-brainer for them.
So the path seems pretty straightforward, right? Get the skills, get certified, get paid. But if you want to build a career that actually lasts, a career that's sustainable, you've got to understand the bigger picture. It's not just about landing the job. It's about growing once you're in it.
And this is a really powerful insight into the tech world. When you ask people why they're leaving their jobs, you might think it's about the money. It's not. The number one reason is a lack of growth and development opportunities. And that's true whether they're leaving the company for good or just switching teams internally. People are wired to learn and grow, and if they can't do it where they are, they will leave.
Man, you can just feel the frustration in this quote from someone in the survey, can't you? When a company treats its tech team like a cost center instead of the engine that drives growth, its best people are going to leave. It's inevitable. They'll go find a place that actually invests in their future.
And for the companies that don't invest in their people, the fallout is serious. We're not talking about some abstract problem on a spreadsheet here. It directly leads to more stress on their employees, projects taking way longer than they should, and ultimately not being able to meet their own business goals. It hurts the people, the products, and the bottom line.
Okay, let's pull all of this together. How do you actually design a tech career today that's not just profitable, but one that's durable, one that's fulfilling, a career that is truly built to last?
You know, when you boil it all down, it comes to a simple 4-step action plan to basically future-proof your career. First, target the skills that the market is screaming for. That's AI, cloud, and data. Second, blend those deep technical skills with those essential power skills we talked about, like communication and critical thinking. Third, go out and validate your expertise with certifications that employers recognize. And finally, use all that knowledge to build a portfolio of real projects that shows you can solve real-world problems.
So let's go back to our original question. Is a tech career still that golden ticket? The answer is yes, but it's not a lottery ticket you just find. It's a ticket you have to earn, and you have to keep earning it by never stopping learning. The age of AI is here, and that leaves us all with a pretty stark choice. Are you building the skills to work with it, or are you building the skills to be replaced by it? The choice really is yours.